Hey folks, welcome back to The Slice. It's your boy Stephen Boughton, and it is the French Open. We're back in major time where big upsets are a big deal, and people are going to be playing good. We got 5-set matches. So we're breaking down all the biggest upset alerts on the show and my top 3 picks for the winner of the French Open in 2018. So here's The Slice on what's going to happen. Hey folks, welcome back to The Slice. Stay tuned to the end of this video to figure out how to win this polo shirt from Fila. Terry green, very fresh. So stay tuned to the end of the video for that. Thanks for tuning back in, folks. I know it's been a while, but if you're new here, please hit that red subscribe button down there below it. It helps us out a lot. But things have already been rolling at the French Open. I'm wearing kind of a maroon shirt today to signify the clay. And I'm in a new bit of a studio setup here, and I'm still working on it. It's not pristine, I know, but it's getting better and better, and it's going to be sick once it's done. But I couldn't wait because there's action already happening at the French Open, and it's in the form of Nadal's already played, but he hasn't won. Did he lose? No, he definitely didn't lose. He's just on rain delay currently when in his match against Simone Bolelli. So he's up 2-0. He is down a break for, like, not the first time in the third set. He's down 3-0 in the third set. I wouldn't worry about that, but that's just where he's at right now. David Goffin has had to come back from 2 sets down to win in his match, but he did win, so that's a good sign for him, obviously. And he's one of the guys who no one really thinks about, but he could definitely be dangerous on clay. So he could make a deep run. He's in the top half of the draw, if I remember correctly. No, actually, he's in the bottom half of the draw, so he's not on Rafa's half, so he does have a bit of a window of opportunity there. We'll see how he plays. Djokovic played good today and won in a tight 3-setter. Not super tight, but just played super well. Looked really good, and his backhand looked the best. So we had an article come out on the slicetennis.com a couple days ago from Calvin Hill in Scotland, and it kind of said that this is, time is running low on Djokovic's comeback. And I think he's right in all this. And it's a great article. Go check it out. But Djokovic's level has been getting better in the last few tournaments. And in Rome, the last one he played, he looked pretty good. And then he obviously lost to Nadal in a close match there, but he was looking the best. And I think he's going to take another step forward in this tournament, and it looks like he did that in his first match today. So the question of this video is, who are the most likely winners of the French Open 2018? I have a top 3. It's really a top 4. And if you follow tennis and you're pretty keen up on the tour, none of these picks are going to be at all surprising to you. But I have some little inklings on what could go wrong and why they're the strongest picks. So starting at the top, you guessed it, I'm picking Rafael Nadal to win the French Open this year. He's the #1 contender for sure, obviously, because he's won 10. I don't even have to give a reason to that. Everyone's just like, you better have chosen Nadal to win this. If you're calling upset alert this early in the tournament, you're pretty dumb. But the only thing that I think that could really stop him, I mean, aside from just coming up against a player who's just playing out of his mind, hitting winners, hitting it close to every line the whole match long, just playing unbelievable, kind of like Robin Soderling did back in the past. The only thing that could stop him is him having a really bad day or him getting slightly injured in a match here in the early rounds. He does have some tough competition, though. He doesn't have a super easy draw. Looking at Nadal's draw, he can play Shapovalov, then Schwartzman, then Cilic, or then Cilic or Del Potro in the semifinals. So there is it, and there's obviously other guys in there. Sock could come through. In the top half of the draw, it doesn't have Djokovic, team, or Zverev, but it does have other players like Marin Cilic, Kevin Anderson. Schwartzman, I would say, is a threat on clay. There's a threat on clay, but so it's not an easy route for Nadal. It never is. That's a misconception. You think, oh, he's just easily going to win another French Open because who's going to stop him? No, it's never easy. He's just that good at playing on clay, and he's won it 10 times because he's never takes a day off. Anyways, but Shapovalov, Schwartzman, Cilic, and Delpo were people that I saw that could potentially knock him off. But Delpo is not really in there because we don't even know if he's going to play. Another article on the slicetennis.com about that. But Nadal is definitely the favorite to win. He's in a weird bit of the only a thing that you could look at as a problem is that he's gotten already broken more than twice by Simone Bolelli, who is like a lucky loser. He's got a one-handed backhand, and he's already broken Nadal twice in this match. I have no doubts that Nadal is going to come through, and he's probably a little bit, rusty, but maybe he's not feeling as energized, and maybe he's a little bit tired from playing all these clay tournaments, and he's just getting older every day. So you never know, but I don't think he's going to have a problem with Bolelli. But it is maybe a little bit concerning for Nadal fans that he's already gotten broken at least 2 times in the first match. Second most likely person to win the French Open is Alexander Zverev. You guessed it, because the young German, the hot shot, has been playing unbelievable. If you haven't been paying attention on the clay tour, he's won Madrid, and then he almost won Rome, almost taking out Nadal in the final. And Zverev is on the bottom half of the draw, while Nadal is on the top. So Zverev has to make it to the final, which is obviously a huge ask. He's never gone that deep in a major at all. But if he does, then he has to get there and play the match of his life to dethrone the king of clay, and who I've said Zverev is most recently pronounced as the queen of. I was about to say the queen of clay. No, the prince of clay. So he's the if he can get to the final, I think he is the best shot of taking out Nadal in a one-on-one matchup where they're both playing pretty decent in this tournament. So he is definitely the second seed. He is the second seed, but he's the second option I have for most likely to win. He's in the bottom half, so he won't have to play Nadal until the final, but he will have to potentially play Djokovic or Thiem. But he has beaten both those guys on clay recently, and he could do it again because he's playing unbelievable right now, and he's fresh because he's only 21. So how could you not be fresh? And that brings us to the third option, which is a split between Dominic Thiem and Novak Djokovic. And I would say Djokovic is just as likely as Thiem at this point. I don't know, because like Djokovic, I think, is taking steps in the right direction, and he's getting better every time he steps out there. So the last 2 times they played on clay, Thiem has beaten Djokovic at Monte Carlo this year, and then he beat him in 3 sets straight at last year's French Open. So those guys are a toss-up, obviously. They might meet up, I think, in the quarterfinals at this year's French Open. So they're the next two guys outside of Nadal and Zverev that could win this tournament, because they are teams outside of Nadal. We thought he was the best player on clay. Djokovic has obviously won the French Open before, and he's one of the all-time greats. But he hasn't been at his level, obviously, this year. But he's getting there, I think. And I think this tournament could be a breaking out one for him, because he's got 3 sets or 5 sets to work in, and he's going to get a lot of tennis under his belt. And it seems like his body's not ailing him anymore. It's just mentally, and he's been a mental giant for his whole career. That's why he's got to the top of the game and been an absolute dominant force there. So he could definitely turn it around in this tournament and win it, I think, if he gets to the final. You never know. But Zverev, Nadal's going to win it. He's the #1 pick that I have at the Slice. He's the Slice's top pick. Obviously, it would be dumb to put anyone else up there. But Thiem, Zverev, and Djokovic are the guys who could, I think, potentially take him out. And he'll probably meet one of them in the final, hopefully, because then we'd have a really juicy final on our hands. And everyone would get really hyped. So that's my 3 picks. Leave your 3 picks down in the comments. Now, if you want to be rocking this Fila tennis shirt at the end of the French Open, this I don't know what you call this opportunity to win the shirt is going to go on through the whole French Open. All you have to do to win this is go to the Instagram at the Slice Tennis, follow us, and then comment 3 friends in the picture that has this on there, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Follow and tag 3 friends in the comment section of that picture, and then they can also enter to win this fresh shirt. You know how many compliments I get? Because polos are back. If you didn't know, polos are back in style. They weren't in style for a long time, but now they're officially back. You see every brand that's associated with tennis bringing out more polos, and the Slice is a leading. We're just displaying what's cool here on the Slice. So that is the way to win this fresh Fila Terry. Never worn, still has the tag on it. So yeah, head over to the Slice on Instagram and check out the stuff we're posting there. And that is my update, though, for the beginning of the French Open. I am so stoked for it to get going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in 2 days on Wednesday when I wrap up, I guess, day 4 then of all the action that's happening at this year's French Open. Thanks for watching The Slice, folks, the world-renowned opinion giver on the world of tennis. Head to theslicetennis.com for the best tennis articles ever, and go follow us at The Slice Tennis on Instagram to win this green French Terry.